Good afternoon, friends. The people you relate with reflect back to you. Uh, you need to know about yourself, especially if they have triggered a strong emotional reaction in you. Often, this mirror reflection is actually showing you. Today, I'm going to talk on what your mirror reflection is telling you, my friends. The very thing you need to change or heal in yourself rather than blaming others and expecting them to change. It's telling you to look within rather than without. When you change on the inside, the outside circumstances can't help but change. It takes courage to come back and look at yourself to see where you need to change. However, the rewards are definitely worth it, my friend. Throughout history, mirrors have been associated with vanity and, of course, with narcissism. But in everyday life, many people tend to avoid looking at themselves for more than a quick glance. They don't want to activate their own critical thoughts about their appearances. We are socialized to compare our physical image with ideals and standards. That's how we typically use mirrors. But whether we realize it or not, mirrors are reflective, my friends. They are reflective surfaces. Also play an important role in our psychological and emotional functioning. Mirrors and reflections certainly support our psychological well-being. I have experienced. You try it on yourself. Reflections can help us develop our sense of self. Mirrors are used to test our self-recognition. Reflections allows us to shift our perspective. How we look at ourselves in the mirror turns out to be essential, my friends. Try it sometime. It makes all the difference in whether you feel better or worse. The mirror can be used to criticize or critique ourselves, but also it also offers perspective on just how unkindly we are treating ourselves. Our preliminary research shows that looking with the intention to be kind to yourself can reduce anxiety and surely self-criticism. So, looking with the kind intentions can reduce anxiety, whereas looking without kind intention can allow the inner critics to run amok. Reflection, my friend, makes us less socially awkward, I say. We use the mirror as we do face-to-face communications to get feedback on who we are and what we are expecting in the moment. A quick glance in the mirror reaffirms our sense of self. Mirrors help us regulate our emotions and sync up with ourselves and others. Mirrors simulate face-to-face contact with others. When we are in face-to-face interactions, we get feedback on what they are experiencing internally from others' reactions to us. People with social anxiety often have an inability to recognize their own emotions. It's a reason that because they spend less time in social interactions, they miss the face-to-face feedback that would help them to be more aware and better regulate their emotions. People recognize their own emotions and teach them self-mirroring to soothe themselves when they are feeling anxious. And others aren't around to offer reflections and support. My friends, reflections ground us in our bodies. Very sincerely, I feel mirrors play a role in how we experience our physical bodies too. A quick glance in the mirror may do more for you than you realize even. If you're not feeling quite yourself today, consider taking the time for a thoughtful look into mirror and I'm sure you'll feel better. Thank you very much.